Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the meditation session. So today we will engage in calm abiding meditation, single pointed concentration, called Shamatha in Sanskrit. Before we do so, as always, we will establish a Mahayana motivation, a motivation of bodhicitta before engaging in the practice. So we can think that we are not doing this practice for ourselves alone. We can think the purpose of my life is to benefit sentient beings. Since beginningless time, I and all sentient beings have been trapped in samsara, in the vicious prison of one's own mind, continuously taking rebirth again and again due to the power of karma and afflictions. Because of grasping at phenomena and grasping at the self as being truly existent, solidly real, we have this sense of being the center of the universe, being more important than others. And this is giving rise to all sorts of mental afflictions, all sorts of delusions. And these delusions make us engage in all sorts of actions that are non-virtuous, thereby constantly accumulating all sorts of karmas, mainly negative karmas, that propel us again and again from birth to birth. Try to generate a sense of compassion for yourself and all sentient beings. May I and all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. The causes of suffering being karma and afflictions. I myself will do everything I can to free myself and all sentient beings from suffering and the causes of suffering. But how can I do that? At the moment I myself am deluded. I have all these afflictions. How can I free sentient beings if I am not free myself? Therefore, I must free myself from all the afflictive obscurations and all the cognitive obscurations to be of the best benefit to sentient beings. I must achieve the state of a Buddha. I must become a Buddha myself in order to benefit all sentient beings. May I become a Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. With this motivation of bodhicitta in mind, with this wish to become a Buddha in order to liberate all sentient beings, We will engage in Shamatha practice this morning. I will quickly remind you of the instructions for Shamatha. The first point is to look at your body posture. Ideally, we would be sitting on the floor in the full 7-point posture of Buddha Vairochana. The most important thing is for your back to be straight. If you are sitting on a chair, make sure you are not leaning towards the support of the chair, not leaning forward either. Make sure your back is upright, your spine is aligned. And the second most important instruction regarding the posture is for your eyes not to be completely closed, for your eyes to be slightly opened. But we are not paying attention to what our eyes apprehend. It is the mental consciousness that meditates. The second instruction is to bring to mind your object of meditation, your focal point. If you are familiar with Shamatha practice, you can bring to mind the object you use for this meditation usually. And if you don't have an object you're familiar with, what I would recommend is to visualize a tiny dot of white light between your nose and your upper lip, so in this area. Visualize a tiny dot of light in that area, very small, maybe about 1 or 2 millimeters in diameter, and place all your attention there. The third instruction is to identify, to be aware of the two biggest errors that arise during meditation. The first one being distraction with excitement. So your mind will get excited, thinking either about the past or the future, thinking about your plans for the day, thinking about yesterday, and so on and so forth. So this is the first way the mind gets distracted. The mind wanders and loses the object of meditation. The second way we get distracted is with laxity, also called dullness or lethargy or mental sinking, a feeling of kind of falling asleep and then losing the object of meditation. So these are the two errors that are important to identify: excitement and laxity. The fourth and final instruction is to apply the antidotes against these errors. The first antidote is called introspection. So constantly throughout the meditation, a small part of my mind should be checking, should be introspecting. Am I meditating? Am I concentrated on my mental object? And if I notice that I have lost my object, that my mind has wandered in excitement or laxity, then I make the effort with mindfulness, which is the second antidote. With mindfulness, I bring back my mind onto my object, and I make sure that I stay concentrated there. So we can try this meditation for about 15 minutes. gently come out of the meditation. And we can dedicate the merit that we have accumulated in this meditation session, as well as all the merits we accumulate in these 3 times, so that we may soon, very soon, become fully awakened Buddhas in order to benefit each and every sentient being without exception and lead them to that awakened state. May the supreme mind of bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. We can also dedicate for the long and healthy lives of our lamas, teachers, especially for the long and healthy life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. We can also dedicate so that we may very soon find the unmistaken reincarnation of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, the spiritual director of Tushita and the whole FPMT, so that Rinpoche may continue to guide us, his thousands of students, as well as lead the organization. Due to these merits, may there be no wars, may all wars and conflicts in the world immediately cease to be. May there be no new wars, may there be no famine, no disease, no epidemics, no natural disasters, and may peace and harmony prevail in everyone's hearts and in everyone's minds. Thank you very much and have a beautiful day.